What's up, basketball fans? Tonight, we're diving deep into some of the most compelling matchups across the NBA. Whether you're chasing insights for betting, fantasy, or just pure basketball knowledge, this episode is packed with everything you need to know. We're breaking down matchups where momentum, star power, and tactical nuance collide, and trust me, some of these games are going to be absolute barometers for each team's season. First up, we head to Boston, where the Clippers face the Celtics in a battle that feels like a test of identity for both squads. Los Angeles comes in searching for traction at 4-8, sitting 11th in the West, still trying to find their rhythm in a crowded early season race. Boston, meanwhile, stands at 6-7, 3-3 at home, holding the middle of the Eastern Pack but chasing the kind of consistency that once defined their identity. The numbers favor Boston, who carry a 73% win probability at home, making this matchup a real measuring stick. Can the Clippers punch up against playoff-caliber competition, or will Boston reclaim momentum and climb the Atlantic standings with authority? Both teams bring contrasting styles to the floor. The Clippers average 111.5 points per night, shooting 48% from the field and grabbing 40.8 rebounds per game. Their offense runs through structured half-court execution, generating 24.5 assists a night while keeping it opportunistic with 9.3 steals. Boston counters with 113.2 points per game on 45% shooting, anchored by 44.4 rebounds and a defensive mindset that allows just 108.5 points per outing. They're steadier, more physical inside, and limit turnovers to 10.8 per game, compared to Law's 15.8. The individual battles here are just as compelling. James Harden powers the Clippers with 25 points and 9.1 assists, shooting 46.1% from the floor, 39.2% from deep, and 90.8% from the line. Ivica Zubac brings toughness with 10.5 rebounds, while Chris Dunn headlines the perimeter pressure with 1.7 steals. Boston counters with Jaylen Brown leading the scoring at 27 points per game on 51.5% shooting and 38.1% from three. Peyton Pritchard orchestrates with 5.2 assists, Derek White contributes 1.8 steals, and Nias Queta anchors the boards with 8.1 rebounds and 1.4 blocks. Recent form adds extra tension to this clash. The Clippers finally broke through with a double overtime win over Dallas, but that came after losses to Denver, Atlanta, and Phoenix twice, dropping 4 of their last 5 and struggling in middle quarters. Boston, on the other hand, has won 3 of their last 5, showing improved scoring rhythm and stronger defensive closeouts. If momentum matters, Boston arrives steadier, sharper, and more connected. The star duel is electrifying. Harden's combination of pace control, shot creation, and surgical passing keeps the Clippers afloat even when secondary scorers struggle, while Brown's relentless downhill pressure and mid-range balance force defenders to stretch themselves thin. The tactical heart of this matchup is clear. Law's perimeter-driven creativity versus Boston's interior strength and depth-based balance. Zubac's interior presence anchors Law's half-court stability, while Derek White's versatility adds defensive bite for the Celtics. After breaking down the stats, the prediction lands on Boston. Their rebounding advantage, defensive stability, and cleaner late-game execution tip the scale, though the Clippers can hang if Harden controls tempo and their perimeter shots fall. The total pick lands over 218.5. Shifting to Brooklyn and Washington, both teams arrive desperate to snap losing streaks. Brooklyn sits at 1-1, Washington at 1-1, but the energy gap is stark. Washington has stronger scoring balance and home floor control, while Brooklyn tries to end a 4-game slide. Washington's 113.5 points per game on 46% shooting, 44.8 rebounds, and nearly 6 blocks per night establish them as a paint-driven, physical team. Brooklyn counters with 108.9 points on 43% shooting, 38.4 rebounds, and 24 assists, hampered by injuries to Cam Thomas and Haywood Highsmith. The matchup hinges on Michael Porter Jr. for Brooklyn and Alex Sarr for Washington. Porter relies on balanced scoring and efficient spacing, while Sarr dominates inside with 19.1 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 2.3 blocks per game. Recent form favors Washington in the long-term trend, even with 10 straight losses, because Brooklyn struggles defensively and with injuries. The tactical battle. Brooklyn must win the perimeter fight, Washington needs dominance in the paint. The prediction leans Washington, with the total pick over 230.5. Next, Golden State faces New Orleans in a matchup that's a study in efficiency versus volatility. The Warriors, at 8-6, come in with confidence and balance, scoring 115.1 points per game on 47% shooting, with 26.9 assists and 45 rebounds. New Orleans is searching for identity at 2-10, scoring 108.4 points per night on 44% shooting, but giving up 121.3 points on defense. Golden State's structured attack clashes with New Orleans' streak-based offense, and recent form favors the Warriors, who've taken 4 of their last 5 with controlled pace, spacing, and execution. The star duel is clear. Golden State's guard scores 29.1 points on elite efficiency with 47.2% from the field and 39.1% from deep, while New Orleans forward posts 19.8 points on 45.6% shooting, attacking the mid-post and off-ball areas. Golden State benefits from deeper playmaking and defined rotations, while New Orleans leans on individual creativity. The prediction favors Golden State, with the total pick over 225.5. Finally, Atlanta and Phoenix meet in a high-stakes early-season showdown. Both teams are 8-5, but Atlanta rides a 4-game winning streak and leads the Southeast, while Phoenix comes off a 5-game surge and sits second in the Pacific. Atlanta averages 117.1 points on 48% shooting with 42.7 rebounds and 30.1 assists, anchored by Jalen Johnson with 21.5 points and 9.5 rebounds. Phoenix scores 118.5 points on 47% shooting, led by Devin Booker's 28.5 points and 7 assists. This matchup comes down to balance versus pace. Atlanta dominates the boards and executes with half-court stability, while Phoenix pressures with steals and transition scoring. The duel between Johnson and Booker sets the tone. Atlanta can control the game if Johnson imposes physicality. Phoenix can swing momentum if Booker dictates tempo. Ultimately, Atlanta's efficiency, rebounding edge, and half-court discipline give them the slight advantage in a tight, high-tempo battle. The prediction favors Atlanta, with the total pick over 229.5. Every one of these games has layers of strategy, star duels, and tactical intrigue. Whether it's Harden versus Brown, Porter versus Sarr, Curry versus New Orleans forward, or Johnson versus Booker, these matchups show why early-season NBA games are more than wins and losses. They're statements, momentum builders, and tests of identity. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, catch every stat, matchup, and prediction right here on Beyond the Box Score. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss an edge in your NBA analysis. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you see pulling off the biggest upset tonight? Let's break it down together.